All right, what's going on, guys? Robby here once again, and I'm super excited because we have another success story, another student that is having amazing success at Commission Hero, and I'm excited for this one because I know Liz has been working really hard for a long time with Commission Hero, and just last night she posted her first $1,000 day, and but there's also a pretty cool announcement on that too because it wasn't just $1,000 day, which we'll get to in just a second. So Liz, I'm so excited for you. I mean, first of all, how does it feel to have made your first $1,000 day with Commission Hero?
It feels pretty unreal. I mean, when you're in the group long enough, you start to see like enough people doing it. They're like, oh, I'll get there. I got to keep going. I'll get there. And then you do it and you just keep refreshing ClickBank and you're like, oh my God, like it's really happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so like, I mean, how did you feel? Were you like, is this real? Because I know when I had my first $1,000 day, and I know a lot of students have said this, they're like, it's almost like it's not even like a real thing. It's like you're almost, it's almost like an out of body experience, so to speak.
Yeah, and no, it was definitely unreal for sure.
That's so cool. I'm so happy for you. And so you had your first $1,000 day, but you just mentioned to me before we hit record that it wasn't even just $1,000 day. What was it?
So we ended up at $1,746.92. We had one refund,
Yep.
so it was a little bit less than that,
Wow.
but it's crazy.
So cool. That's so cool. And not only was it $1,000 day in terms of sales, it was $1,000 day in terms of profit as well, right?
Yeah, because we spent, looking at my numbers here,
Yep.
$374.04, and I have my spreadsheet, so I can show you guys the breakdown as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's not a bad day. Not a bad day for a Wednesday, right? That's crazy. So so tell me a little bit about your, kind of your background, Liz. So I know you've been in Commission Hero for a while. So how did you kind of, find out about it, and what kind of made you want to jump into it?
So I stumbled into Commission Hero. I was doing network marketing for a couple years prior to that, and I was working from home online, and I just got really burnt out. I would have some success, but it was always hustling, just finding new people. We're constantly recruiting, and I just burnt out. It wasn't fun for me. So I was working super part-time when I found this. I just had my son that January, so he was a little over 6 months old. So I wanted something to be making more money, but I didn't want it to just take over my whole life, where I could do it in pockets of time. So that's what was appealing for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you tried other stuff in the past, network marketing, stuff like that. Did it pan out for you, or was it just not?
I had some success, but it was very inconsistent and just never took off. It was, people all around me I would see have success, but it wasn't finding my groove.
Gotcha. And so do you feel like you've kind of found your groove now with Commission Hero?
100%. But I started with Commission Hero, started getting some success, got shut down, got mad, went to something else, realized, oh my goodness, that's way harder.
Yeah.
Came back to Commission Hero, said I'm going to do it no matter what, and now I'm in my groove.
I love that because we've had several students that have kind of done that same thing where they start doing it, they have success, they have a setback, which happens with anything in life, and then you go and try something else, and then come back to it. It's almost like you come back refreshed,
yes,
with a new outlook, and then you start to just have that amazing success. So I love that. That's awesome, and just goes to show that you don't quit. If you don't quit, you can have a lot of success. I love that. So what has been like your big kind of breakthrough for you? Because obviously you had success at the beginning, and then you took a little break, and then you jumped in again. So what has been like kind of your big like aha moment, to get to where you are right now?
I think knowing my numbers a lot more, and just being committed no matter what. Like before I started with Ted's Woodworking, I got some success pretty quickly. I got shut down by Facebook, and I got mad, and I didn't want to get shut down, and I appealed, and I got it back, and I got frustrated. But now I'm in the position where I know it's going to happen. I'm going to get shut down, and I'm prepared for it, and I'm not going to let it deter me. And I know my numbers a lot more. So I can look at an ad set now and be like, we're not getting any order form impressions. I'm going to kill this. Versus before, it was really, I was still a beginner. And I'm still a beginner in so many ways. But I'm just finding my footing a little bit more. Yeah,
I love that. And I love what you said there, because I think so many people, especially people in the course or people that think what we're doing, is they think it's almost like gambling, where it's just like, I'm going to run an ad and hopefully it works. And I love what you said there, where it's like, no, like, you have to look at the numbers. You have to, it's all data. This is not random. This is not a gambling type of thing, you have to put the time and energy and effort into it. So I love what you said of that, because a lot of people don't get that. But once you do get it, oh my gosh, like some really cool stuff happens, right?
And you'll see that in my numbers when I show my screen as we started creeping up, and then I had a $0 day because my numbers were all getting higher, and I was like, you know what? I need to refresh my creative, and that's what I did. And then it's just been taking off ever since.
It's taking off.
The numbers will tell you the story if you're listening, and then you just make better decisions instead of just hoping and saying, oh, I had a $500 day. Why isn't it creeping up more? Just being really smart about what you're doing.
So I love that. I love that. So I mean, let's, if you don't mind, let's share your screen right now and look at the numbers.
Right.
And we're talking about.
All right. Share screen. All right. Can you see my ClickBank?
Not yet.
What do you see?
I just see you.
Oh. Okay. Share screen. Share. Now can you see?
Yep, now I do. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Great. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, so this is so cool. I love seeing these trends too, because it's like, you know, you have like on the 9th you were at $300, then it went to 274, and you're kind of, it looks like you're kind of finding your footing, so to speak, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like you have success, and then you're like still testing the data, and you go back and forth. And then, like you said, when you had that $0 day, that's when you said, hey, you know what? Like, I'm not, you're not emotionally attached to any ads, right?
Right.
You don't have a gambler's mentality. You're taking the time and effort to look at the data. And now, when you made those little changes, like, wow, look at a $500 day, then a $900, almost $1,000 day. That's on the 21st there, $1,700, and today is looking pretty good, darn good too. So, it's so cool. So, what, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to give too much information, but what was the big tweak that you made from that $0 day to then go to 500?
So the $0 day, honestly, we intentionally said our numbers are starting to get more expensive. We're not happy with how things are trending. So we turned things off. We went to the spy tools, did everything you taught, right? And said, how can we refresh our images? How can we get better at this?
Yep.
And then we just tested more images. And honestly, we still have stuff in dynamic creative right now, but it's just crushing it. So
that's awesome. I love that. I love what you're doing, because it's funny, because I know that you post every once in a while. I see you post in the group, but I know that you're like behind the scenes, like putting in the work, which is awesome. So yeah, and the fact that you're actually taking the time to go through this stuff, look at the data, make adjustments, not be emotionally attached to stuff, and just take it, treat it that way is really important. So that's awesome. I love this. So that's super, super exciting. I think today you might even be a second $1,000 day for you.
Yeah, I think so. And here's the spreadsheet with yesterday's data and then today's. So
cool. Wow,
we're getting some crazy ROI.
Yeah, look at that, 700%. Oh my gosh, 700% ROI. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, 400%, 300%, 500%. And I love this. I think this is really. I'm really glad you're sharing this too, Liz, because one of the questions I get asked all the time from people is they watch these videos. They're like, oh, like you're talking about like how many sales you made, but what's your profit margin? And guys, you can see right here, like, I mean, 700%. That's not a bad day right there. Not a bad day. So that's awesome. So that's really, really cool. So I'll go ahead and stop your sharing here. Cool. All right. Sweet. So tell me a little bit about mindset, because and what your kind of tips are and stuff is. Sorry, I got a little motorcycle going behind me here, but what is your like mindset tips for people that are starting out or thinking about doing this? Because you had your ups and downs. So like, what has been like your key to kind of taking control of those thoughts and moving towards success?
I would say is, if you're gonna do it, just decide to do it, right? Like, make that goal, whatever it is for you. For me, it was that $1,000 day. Like, get there no matter what. And it's funny because my son right now is sleeping, but Robbie has seen me on multiple calls in the inner circle, holding my son, wearing my son. I have a 15-month-old toddler. My days are super busy. I mean, I do this in small, tiny pockets of time. It would be so easy to say I don't have time and to use that as an excuse. But instead, I want my son to see what a life without limits looks like and what it means to just go for it. So, he's probably going to be the only kid in preschool, like, oh, what's your ROAS, right? But
I love it.
But I want to model that for him, to just be successful no matter what. And if you're in the group, you're going to see people having success, and you're not going to start there, but you'll get there if you're committed to it. Yeah. And if you're going to look for reasons to quit, you're going to find them, because you're going to get shut down. You're going to have days that you're not profitable. You're going to get frustrated over things. I remember doing ClickFunnels for the first time and like wanting to cry because I'm not a techie person. But just slow down, watch things over and over. As I was nursing my son to sleep at night, I'd be watching Commission Hero videos, pausing in my phone, taking notes. It wasn't convenient, and it's never going to be. But if you're going to put in the work, then you're going to get there. And I still have a long way to go, but I'm going to put in the work.
I love that. I love what you said there. You know, success is not convenient, right? It should be inconvenient, right? Because you know, convenience isn't what gets you to where you want to be. And I think, you know, I love that. I love your story, because like, you know, you have your little one, you're busy, you got lots going on. Like, you know, even when you're trying to find the time to do this interview, you're like, I got 10 minutes, like my kid's sleeping. So I'm like, let's go. You know, like, I mean, the fact that you're able to, even with all that going on, you're not making excuses and you're just still going towards success it's awesome. And I know, like you said, I think you're literally just getting started, because you know, there's so much more success ahead of you, which is pretty cool. So that's great. And then, so what would you say to somebody that is like kind of, you know, two questions, right? So what would you say to somebody that's kind of on the fence about joining Commission Hero, they haven't jumped in yet? And then what would be your advice to somebody that's in Commission Hero that hasn't had their breakthrough yet?
For a new person, or someone considering, I would say there's probably not much else that you can put that much time into, and the rate of return is going to be so great once you get it dialed in. In the beginning, you're going to be investing time, you're going to be investing money, and it's going to just be going. And then you're going to get momentum, and you're going to get a big return on that money. So if you're looking at getting another part-time job, or I don't know what else you'd be looking at, this, in my opinion, is going to be worth your time tenfold more than any other thing you're going to explore. Yeah.
Love it. That's great. And then what would you say to somebody that's in Commission Hero and they haven't had their breakthrough yet?
Take your time, slow down, rewatch videos, ask questions, and get to know your numbers. Like, it's funny, my ad sets, like, I talk about them like they're people now. I'm like, oh, 13's doing this today, you know? And just have fun with it. Trust the process, because if this many people are having success, it's not luck, I promise you. I have been busting my butt to get here, and I'll continue to do that. And I know you can do the exact same thing and beyond what I can do.
Yeah, I love that. And it is so true, because it's like, you know, I think that it works. Like, there's, without a shadow of a doubt, it works. It's been proven time and time again with like just so many success stories, and it's just a matter of just putting in the effort to get there, you know. And I think that that's what you've done. That's what all of our successful students are doing, and anyone that wants to be successful, they got to do that too. So I love that. So Liz, any last you know, minute pearls of wisdom for anybody that's watching today's video?
Just don't get frustrated, because you're gonna get shut down. Robby will say it. It's gonna happen. He has a wonderful script. Now there's how to appeal. There's more strategy. But go into the mindset that you're not gonna quit no matter what, because if you're looking for something to stop you, you're going to find it. You're going to find one small thing. It's like, oh, I can't figure out how to do that. I'm just going to give up. Or Facebook shut me down, so I'm just going to give up. Or something small is going to happen. But if you're just 100% committed, then you're going to get there.
I love it. Yeah, it's so true. It's like, you know, if you make the decision to just go for it, like, it's either do it or don't. Like, there's no in between, you know? And so I love that, Liz. So, well, Liz, I know you're busy. I know you got your little one. I know we had a little bit of time here, so I just wanted to do a quick interview, because I really think that your story is inspiring. I think it's going to really inspire a lot of people that are watching. And it just goes to show, if you really want to be successful, if you wanted something so bad, you'll make time for it no matter what's going on. So Liz, I really appreciate you being on here and doing this. I know everyone's going to be inspired by this interview. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks, Robby.
All right, cool. So guys, if you are interested in joining Commission Hero and you haven't yet, there'll be a link somewhere on this page to do that. Otherwise, if you're in Commission Hero, just another reason why you need to keep pushing forward to have success. So that's it for now, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.